welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be finishing during the FRANXX's last two episodes. Last video was introduced to Vidim, a new enemy in the last few episodes. But they retreated, saying they're going to come back with a stronger army. I don't think that's going to happen because I only have 2 episodes left. But yeah, all that happened in the last video. Kokoro and Mitsuru still don't have the memory, so we're going to go through that in this episode, one of these episodes. But yeah, so now without further ado, let's continue. No one can swim in the same river water twice. Well, yeah, last episode she was just still, she was moving. Bro, if she doesn't, they whip that. They whip that. I don't really know anything about harvesting. Oh, I forgot she keeps throwing up. She pushed him forward. Why he extra tripping all that? Watch him. There's nothing else they can do. They look like doctors. Papa them abandoned all you guys as well. So hot water? What's wrong with Hiro? It's just 0-2. If she's fine, then he'll be fine. Is her body destroying itself or is she cutting herself? But I mean, those are... Her arm looks like it... Her hand looked like it would have been severed any more deeper. I don't think he should let her out of his sight. And Ikuno too, but wasn't it Miku's hair turned white as well? I guess because she didn't push herself as far as Ikuno did. Okay, I see why he's worried about him too. Well, I mean, like, if 0-2 was fine, he wouldn't be like this. Do you not know explosions from earthquakes? Someone from space. If the video people really came back. Are they there? It's kind of weird. I mean, they don't know what that is. Who asked what's that? She said pregnancy. Oh, Ikuno said what's that? Jude 6. Oh, and she's pilot. Oh, is she gonna have a miscarriage or something? She went on. That's why they couldn't do. I just thought because she just wasn't well. So unless they're starting to remember, it must be like, how the hell did I get pregnant? Bro, what the frick? Why is he surprised? Unless he started to remember. And I know they're gonna know, like, if she's pregnant and that's what it means, is definitely with Mitsu. Did they tell us it's his? The other Nana. The real Nana, not the other Nana. Adult bodies? Children's bodies? I thought they're children. Oh. They're still alive. Chiral sleep? I don't know. For the next adults. Wait, if this place is just here, out of all of them, how does she notice Naomi? They all look the same. But anyways. Bro, they have no guidance. There's no adults here. You guys need to... Nana needs to suck it up and be an adult. Taki lives striving of energy. May have depleted the soul itself of life. But then they all die at the same time overnight. That's kind of weird. The people who love her the most. Sorry, Goro, but this girl's out here trying to get herself killed. Or does she want to go to space? And so she turned into a bird and took to the sky, leaving the prince all alone. Her, bro, she's trying to get to space, leaving him all alone. You should close her eyelids, bro. Her eyes look dry as hell. I forgot he has horns, too. Does his friends know he got? Because those are growing. I don't think his hair could cover it anymore. Oh, did she ascend? But you can't leave Zero Two up there by herself. Please only you go. No one else volunteered to follow him. There's a lot of you guys here to do that work. I mean, you know he's not gonna leave Zero Two by herself. I understand. I mean, like, Goro, look how much of you guys there is. None of you guys have to follow him, should follow him. Kokoro's pregnant, so you guys gotta take care of her. All y'all and more can do this without Hiro. What's Hiro gonna do? What's the difference with Hiro there? Just because he's... he didn't know what the hurts. But, like, let him go. Now it's gone. I understand. There's enough of them to do with gardens. Does he want to go with you? I don't think he's upset because you're going. Have you ever spared a thought for how the people close to you feel? How do you feel? Am I wrong? Is like, do you want to go with him? Are you mad because he never asked you guys? Or are you mad because he's risking his life? Make your own decisions and never stop thinking about us. They want you to live. You can't defeat that speech. Just turn around. I don't know. Damn, this love runs deep. Bro, what's his face? Mitsuru do the same thing for Kokoro if they didn't forget the memories, and even now, because I feel like he's starting to feel his connection to her more and more. Each day goes by, her stomach's growing. You know? I think everyone would do something for each other like this. They want to go to space too. Why'd they make the box stop her from getting inside? Oh, she's gonna walk. You know she's there. Anyways, who is this? Just a random kid. She's okay. One of those moments. They're all going. They're all gonna damn die. No farm can help. True. They said to come back. Even Nana's going. I thought if they go with him, that'd be fine enough. Look like they're dead. But since everyone's going, okay, he's staying. He has to stay. I mean, yeah. He can't run. I mean, there must be a different way to get there because he doesn't have anyone to ride with. But yeah, since Kokoro's pregnant, someone has to stay with her, and he can't go anywhere by himself. What if they're all gonna die in space? I mean, there's other kids still left here. Maybe they will get back their memories, but they're just gonna remake new ones. Is it really built? He doesn't have one, so like, who's he riding with? Like, Hiro. I've stayed because I wanted to. It's my responsibility. It was through the baby. And they left the body bruise gonna get bruised up and cut up. Like, if they don't do everything right in time. Bro, he really couldn't have gone to space by himself. They need to take him. Oh, he's with it. Every time she gets cut up, they're just wrapping her up. You're something more, something better you wanted to be from the beginning. Oh, they're casually chatting in space. Isn't there supposed to be a huge battle going on? Ooh. I'm like, where's the ship trying to head? Streltsya Apas? I thought you said Apas. Apas. Oh, I get it. So if he wants to go straight and jump into the Streltsya, what's gonna happen to the 9 guys he's riding with? And then how are they gonna be able to switch too because they're in space? Okay, makes sense. I guess. I think he blew up himself. Oh my gosh, KḣUSU, you're not dying. Right, I both said after he kept you alive. There's literally nothing wrong with him. He just got like a little cut, and then he got pushed. And he's like, leave me. Because he doesn't want to slow her down. But there's nothing wrong with him. Compared to them, I think they have way more soldiers. They beat him. Then he's dead. The boat's just relying on him to make a breakthrough. Yeah, let me do it. Why is she being girl? You got your baby to take care of. We have nothing else. You're gonna be the future. You're starting something. When was the last time someone had a baby like this? The rings. That tight thing, you need to make new ones. Cause that cut the circulation off your fingers. That's what I was saying. But like, start over. Like, there's some feelings there. I guess they couldn't just erase everything. But like, the heart, yes, you cannot erase the feelings from the heart. They took the brain, the heart still remembers. There's always something up to them, bro. Like, she's gonna teleport up in space, or we're gonna have a Zero Two statue. We just don't question it. I don't know how, but she teleported to space, or to the drawing book. Is she the Streltsya now? The true. How much force is this freaking machine gonna have? We got the Streltsya, then we got the Streltsya evolved, Streltsya Alpas, this is the Streltsya true Alpas. So she's never gonna be herself anymore. This is a giant machine if everyone's forgotten. And now it's her. She's just destined to evolve into stages greater than we can ever imagine, because like every time there's a problem, she just goes her body, like, how she's not coming back from this. Because whatever obstacle the show throws at us, is she an adult now? Whatever happens, she'll just keep evolving to deal with it, and that ain't normal. How did this happen? Y'all need to make way back to Earth. Are they gonna question this craziness? Take them by... So what's gonna happen to the guys here? Are they all gone? Bro, I don't even care. I just want y'all to have a good life. They can't come back. Does she look normal enough to come back? Her body shriveled up and turned to a statue. Something happened to it, so there's no way they can come back. But what did she say? I promise I'll try. I have to try. Darling in the FRANXX. That sounds like an ending episode title. Well, this is the last episode. Days since Gate passing 70. 70 days on Earth, or just because like it could have been a minute for here. That's what I'm saying. Bro, she's teaching a class on knitting or whatever. Not literally a class, but she's in the middle of something and he's like, can I help? Oh, her statue. I'm like, what is that? Shouldn't they put it in a more safe location? Or maybe it's rooted there. Is that good? That sentence said so deep. Oh, Snatch give birth. What's up with crying? Kokoro better be alive too. They cried out of joy or like confusion. They never seen a baby before, but they said since she rode a KÄUSU, but I mean, she didn't push it, you know. So I think she's fine. Why didn't they call him before? How fast was his birthing process? He could have made it in time. Anyways. Your papa is so cute. How do they know how to, maybe they're doing research for this. Nami? So they're released. To think, Nami could have been a main character, but she was disregarded a couple of the first episodes. First episode? To explore the world. Not by yourself. Was Ichika going with you? Where will you find children? I was wondering if they were together because she said, are they not? They're probably together. His voice sounds so different, but now they're together. 780 days. To never leave each other, but... Oh. What if that was their dream? Like the baby wasn't born healthy, all that stuff didn't happen. If the bomb doesn't get to be used as the way they intended it to be. You're hardly human. How are they gonna save him? I didn't even realize it was a little girl, it was a little boy. But how are they gonna save Hiro right now? She's crying? Did the statues? Huh? Why is she saying that now? I don't want no one else to be saying that. Or did she hear her say it? They named her I. Sorry, I can't go back. Oh, so they don't, the memories don't hurt themselves. She hangs around the statue. How would she know it? Investigate first. Wait, what happened to her arm? I was looking at her when she came back. Her sleeve was floating in the air. What happened? The explosion, maybe? From when she was in that crawling thing? He came back? What did you find? Why would you come back? Seems like it took days. How is she still alive? Bro, who is this? Isn't complete without you two. Squad 13 isn't complete with you two. The time I have left. So is she gonna die? The word remembered. Oh, that's a good, if you, meaning behind her name too. Especially when she asks, maybe, if she ever asks what her name means, what's her name's for. The bird story. She's gonna regenerate. It's not weird that they heard their friends. I mean, they did talk around the Zero Two's body. So, you're dying every part of me. Oh, the colors. I thought she meant like dying. Well, they're still sacrificing themselves. It's not like they're gonna come back to Earth, which is, I would want them to go back to Earth because it's just like, it's so much they've done right now. So many years have passed and they're just broken. So they did what they needed to do, but they're not strong enough to make it back to Earth, and they're gonna die here. Yes. So the outside was destroyed. So the outside is destroyed, and then they reformed into a different type. I could finish job. Strezia before? I'm not even sure. Magma Strezia? Strezia. They're still passing like nothing's happening. So they're gonna destroy their planet, Vidim's base, home planet. Is that a two-headed bird? I'm sure we will face off once again. No. Make sure you come back. But if they come back, it'll be when you guys are gone. Like, not saying they're actually gonna come back, and if they become reincarnated, it's not gonna be around this time. A tree's gonna grow there. It's not really look like a tree. And the KÄUSU came back? They look like unscratched. I knew this is where she stopped, where the little plant. It doesn't look like a tree though, but anyways. How many days? Wow, 3,700. 5 days. They had another baby? Oh, that's what they said up there. I wasn't watching. 8 years passed. Okay. They're definitely adults. How does Ichigo and Goro have a baby? Oh, they made winter. How the frick did y'all do that? Energy turbines. So much babies are being born now. Wow, they did a lot. We don't age respect the middle of either adults or children. That's weird. Are they immortal? School? Wait, they have 3 kids? Oh, they have 2 kids. No. She cut her hair. Oh my goodness. Out of all of them, she looks the oldest. They must have 3 kids, because that's not Ai. That's not Ai's hair color. Unless this is Ai. But that doesn't look like her. Oh, Tsuruma does look older. Miku doesn't wear her pigtails anymore. And her white hair. The white streaks. That's the only book these children are ever going to be reading. Ichigo. It's up to it's all thanks to her research that as X parasites accelerated aging is being kept in check. What about her? They're 4th. I knew they had 3. Oh, he has kids too. Everyone has kids. At least they got to get together. Buildings. Wait, why are we getting so futuristic? Let's just keep them normal buildings. Now Earth looks more healthy. And like looking at it, they expanded so far. See all those lights? They're reincarnated. And they spoiled kids. I like how they didn't tell us their names. I like this ending. Okay, maybe it's because like I was okay with the fact that Hiro and Zero Two like sacrificed himself for Earth and their friends, and they went out to that next and they went through that portal to go fight the Vidim and like save everyone else and finish what they had to do. I didn't mind all that, and I was like actually glad, and I like that they didn't survive a whole battle miraculously super strong, killing all the Vidim and headed back to Earth. I like that they just died there in a sense, and they're reincarnated the Annie-Seal's little kids. I'm just confused because which part did people not like? Was it the fact that Hiro and Zero Two were reincarnated? Was it the fact that Hiro and Zero Two became like this powerful machine? Or like Zero Two became the exterior of the Strezia and then they just went out, she became a giant and they just went to fight the Vidim? Is it because like they died and didn't come back? I like the whole them rebuilding the Earth, not using the magma energy, creating those energy turbines, all of them having kids, growing up. Maybe it was the Vidim coming from last video, or them all going to space in general. Because them going to space for me was kind of weird. I thought they'd all die, but it turned out for the best, and I didn't really care about the Vidim battle in space, so I guess I just pushed that whole thing out of my mind and was focusing on what's happening in Earth. And I don't know what that Vidim's problem is, why they're so fixated on all that. We don't know Vidim's backstory, where they came from. It's just weird, and it's like, you're so far from Earth, yet you're willing to travel all the way back there to bother him. They didn't show the year that they showed the Zero Two and the Hiro, but I wondered like how old and if like each of them are still around, because then they would definitely recognize them. But I mean, it seemed like the population has expanded like so far beyond where they started. When they showed like the Earth from the space view, there's a lot of lights around, so they could have been from somewhere very far. But like with that appearance, there's no mistaking like who they are supposed to be or who they were in their past lives. Just Zero Two becoming that giant Strezia in space was confusing and weird to me. She was, I'm trying to think of the words, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, when her body was standing on Earth with Kokoro and Mitsuru, right? And then she shriveled up into a stone, a statue, and then her spirit or the appearance of herself went to the Streltsya, and then like her consciousness, everything just came together, and she was up there. How does that happen? Like I just wonder what forces are controlling that. How could I consider that normal? She teleported space there and became the true Streltsya, Upus, right? What do they mean the true one? Was she always destined to become the machine? That Streltsya had so much damn forms, but she was the actual true form when her appearance took on the exterior. And she was destined to become like a warship with Hiro in the inside, just dying. Maybe it's because I don't care about the victim and I don't care about the rest of the kids who survived and became adults, and then they had their own kids, built up a civilization, fixed the earth, healed the earth, you know, had that red glare around it, but now it just looks like a healthy earth. They could grow plants and food everywhere now. Everywhere's fine, the soil's rich, no more magma pollution, no more magma poison with the soil. I just care about all that. I just like how everything happened. Except for the Vidum stuff, we're just gonna forget about Vidum. If the ending was fine, everyone had babies, everyone's happy, the earth is happy, more happier than it is here, you know, it's fine. I don't care. I like the ending. But after everything I said, if I give it a 6, which is considered fine, that's not bad, right? I mean, I was debating between a 6 or a 7, but you know, I'm just gonna give it a 6 because sure, I like the ending, but if I'm factoring in everything as a whole to the end, and there is parts that I didn't like, the only thing I'm thinking about liking is the fact that they had their happy ending with their kids and turned to adults. But that wasn't what the show was about, right? The show was about the KŞAUSU and the FRANXX and the war and all that stuff, right? But if I didn't really care about all that stuff, could I really rate it as highly just because I liked the ending? So I'm giving it a 6, which is fine because it says fine. It was fine. I really liked Darling and the FRANXX. A fine doesn't mean I'm like, man, whatever. I still like it as much as I do. Like, I could still be hyped for it, but give it a 6, right? So I just want to be clear on it. I really don't like wrapping up or a reaction to an anime. It's like I just never know what to say. Don't want to say the wrong things, but I also want to stay true to how I felt. A fine will do. I really hope you enjoyed my reactions to Darling and the FRANXX. After this, I'm not going to start anything else, actually. I'm just going to keep it with GTO and Mushishi. But I'm going to start something else after this. I don't know if it's going to be next week or the week after. But like I mentioned before, it's just gonna be 2 videos, something short. So I'm gonna watch that, and then I might start some movies. So then this slots, like Wednesday when I used to upload this, is gonna be like a random upload period of things to do. But yeah, so I think I mentioned everything I wanted to say. I really hope you enjoyed my reactions. I already mentioned that, but yes, I'm just going to end here. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got spark. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.